Well, you know, some people cannot put down their smartphones. They're addicted to the distractions of texting and documenting everything they can. But a startup called Yondr is focused on creating no phone zones by locking up your device. John Blackstone shows how the company's partnership with comedian Dave Chappelle is fueling a growing trend.
That's me!
In their attachment to their smartphones, the students at Mercy High in Burlingame, California are typical teenagers. But when they enter Mr. Offield's English class, the phones get locked into little bags, which can't be opened until class is over.
By separating something that's primarily for their social life, I'm hoping that it brings them a little more into the moment.
These bags are made by a startup called Yondr. Its founder, Graham Dugoni, is attempting nothing less than breaking cell phone addiction.
You thought we needed a new etiquette for the digital age?
Yes, just something to help people engage with each other in a real way. I think what it symbolizes is a movement, and the bag is just the tool.
The Yondr pouch locks much like a security tag in a clothing store. If someone needs to access their phone, they can choose to leave the phone-free zone. Dugoni first introduced the bags at nightclubs in tech-centric San Francisco.
And sometimes you see someone come in and kind of their shoulders are up tight and they're clutching at their phone like it's a baby. You can read it on their face. They're saying, "Don't take my phone away."
It's a new movement challenging the new normal, viewing the world through the screen of a smartphone.
Ready for some comedy?
The Yondr bags are now mandatory for everyone attending a performance by comedian Dave Chappelle.
We've had a strict no cell phone rule for years. Obviously, if you look on YouTube, you will see that very few people adhere to it.
Before the bags, Chappelle often found himself telling jokes to people distracted by their devices.
It'd be very hard for you to talk to anybody if he was doing this the whole time you're talking.
Dugoni hopes to see the bags used in arenas that seat as many as 20,000.
You know, after the first 5 minutes of kind of twitchy hands and looking for their phone, people seem to forget about it and slip into that kind of natural mode of interaction, and that's the kind of the golden moment.
Back at Mercy High, Administrator Summer Dittmer admits to having phone separation anxiety.
I walked into a club. They asked for my phone. I said no. And then they said, "You need to put your phone in here or you can't see anything happening in the venue." So they gave me the thing, put the phone in, put it in my purse.
But you were separated from it. You couldn't use it.
It's almost like being separated from your own limb. But in the end, I remembered more than I typically do in a concert.
That experience prompted her to lease the bags for her school. For senior Allie Ick, locking up her phone was a mental adjustment.
Maybe if there's something going on social media, I could be really tempted to want to check my phone every second, but then with the Yondr pouches, it really just takes away that feeling and you don't have to worry about it so much.
Junior Daniela Clinton had to bag her phone for 3 days on a school retreat.
And I could hear it vibrating, but I couldn't grab it and use it.
And you hated it.
I hated it so much.
Did you see any benefit in it when it was all over?
It was like a break from reality. Like I completely forgot about everything, even school, and it was nice.
But not everyone is ready to let go of their electronic addictions. This concert goer was caught red-handed.
You're no longer welcome in the venue while Dave's performing here.
I understand why people use their phones and why people are addicted to this technology. I'm not any different than them. But people actually watch the show and they're in the moment and they're vastly more fun to speak to.
An old-fashioned solution to a 21st century problem. For CBS This Morning, John Blackstone, Burlingame, California.
It has to be distracting for an artist when you're on stage and you just see a sea of phones. Beyonce once got in somebody's face and goes, "I'm right here.
Yeah.
We can have a moment right here, and I'm just looking at your phone." So I can see why they do that.
But then other people like Bono have you put the lights on and see
and
how
have a
impressive it
kumbaya
is
moment.
in
It's
a big
true.
arena.